Hello and welcome to another class from me and Bruno today. I think he might be looking at a bird in a tree. Anyway, I hope you are all feeling good. As always, do take care when you practice. Do listen to your body. No judgment, letting go of the ego, just doing what feels best for you in this moment. So we're going to start in child's pose today. So when you're ready, let's take the knees wide, bring the big toes together and sit back, dropping your head to your mat. We're going to reach forward with the fingers, giving a good stretch into the arms, into the shoulders, and just starting to connect with your breath. Just slowing down, letting go of any activity that you've done earlier, even anything that you need to do later, just being in the present moment. Being aware of the breath flowing in through the nose and out the same way. Just slowing down. We want to start to stretch into the waist, so we're going to walk the hands over towards the right, drop the left hand onto the right, and then lower the head once again, so you feel that along the left side of the body. Just sending the breath into the left hip and the waist. Taking the arms a little further if you can't quite feel that stretch. And we want to do the same the other side, so walking over towards the left side now. Right hand sits on top of the left and we drop the head down. You can always grab some support if you need it for your head. Rolled up blanket or a block. And just make sure you can feel that stretch along the right side of the body. Coming back to that long breath. Walking back to centre, bringing the hands back onto the mat. We're going to go back into a downward dog, so send the heels back, pushing back, fingers wide. Coming back to your long breath. So you should feel a lovely stretch into the back of the legs, into the arms. Make sure you're not holding the neck, just let the head go. Breathing all the way into the belly. We're going to look to the top of our mat and step forward with that right foot and just plant both hands now on the inside edge of the right foot. Just maybe rolling a little here, forward and back, through the toes, pushing that heel back. And then just keep that left hand down on the mat and open up with the right. So you're reaching up towards the ceiling, stretching up, holding here. Bring that right hand back onto your mat, take it back to downward dog. Stepping both feet back, pushing back into your heels. Looks like your body's in a capital V shape. Once again, make sure there's no tension in the neck. Relax the jaw as well. We tend to hold onto the jaw without even realising that we're doing it. And one more breath here. This time look forward, step forward with that left foot now, both hands on the inside edge of that left foot. And just make sure your knee doesn't go over your ankle as you hold. Gaze is down at the mat, and then we just roll a little through the toes, pushing forward, pushing back into that right heel. We're going to keep that right hand on the mat and just take a twist. Open up with the left arm, bringing the gaze upwards, reaching with that left hand. Dropping that left hand back to the mat. This time we're stepping back to plank pose. So we want a strong core here. We want to push the spine towards the ceiling. So it's like we've got someone holding onto our tummy, lifting us up. Long spine. No bottoms in the air, just have the back in a straight line. Gaze is down. And if this is too challenging, you can always just drop your knees to your mat. We're slowly going to start to lower, taking a bend into the elbows, chin, chest, abdomen comes down to the mat. We're just going to bring our hands under our shoulders, relax our toes down and breathe into Cobra. So you decide how high you come up, keep the shoulders relaxed. Take a breath here. We're going to sit back all the way to our heels, dropping the head down, relaxing through the arms, coming back to our long breath. Back to downward dog when you're ready, pushing back, heels towards the back of your mat. And once again, don't worry if your heels don't reach. There's no judgment in yoga. We're just listening to our body, and every day it can often feel different. And it's very important to acknowledge that. We're going to step forward with the right foot this time and drop the left knee down and breathe into a lovely lunge here, bringing up the arms, reaching up, looking up if the neck is okay, or keeping the gaze forward if you prefer. Stretching up with the arms. And then planting the hands back down to the mat, and we're going to step back to that downward dog position, sending the heels back. We're going to do the same now with that left leg, so we're stepping forward, we're dropping the right knee down, breathe into that lunge, reaching up, looking up, holding here. Drop the hands down, step it back, downward dog. Really push back, send those hips back. Squeeze the inner arms, you open into your shoulders. And then either step or jump feet towards the hands. And we're going to sit down on our mats. So sitting tall, just make sure you're sitting evenly. Toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. We're going to breathe in, reach up with the arms, and then exhale towards the toes. We can grab a strap here if we do need it. Start to lift out of the lower back. Taking our time to come down. Releasing the back of the legs. Make sure the legs are long and the knees are not popping up. If they are, then you want to grab that strap around the feet. And if you do struggle to tilt forward, then do grab something to sit on. We're going to hold for 2 more breaths here. We're going to breathe in, bring those arms back up. And then this time just place the hands behind you, fingers pointing towards you, and just take a squeeze into the shoulders, expand into the chest. Again, you can look upwards, and you have that option of just staying in this position or maybe pushing up into an upward plank. Squeezing the glutes, feeling that into the thighs, pointing the toes. One more breath. Dropping back down when you're ready. Let's recheck in with that sitting position. And we're going to bring in our right knee. Make that cradle with the hands. Take the hands underneath the foot. And then start to send that leg long. Now if this is difficult, you can just hold underneath the leg, sending that leg long. Sit tall through the spine, relax the shoulders, gazes towards the toes. Coming back to your long breath. One more breath. Bend that knee back in. Let's keep hold with the left hand around the foot. The right hand is going to come onto that knee, and we're just going to do a little rotation side to side. Just a little rocking action here. Checking in with that right hip and the pelvis. And then drop that foot back down. Let's hug in that left knee now. Make that cradle once again underneath the foot. Send that heel long. Remember, you can always just hold the back of the leg. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed, the spine is long. We don't want to hunch down, we want to lift up. Keep that gaze towards the toes. Checking back in with that long breath. Sometimes we don't realise how much we're holding in our body until we come onto our yoga mat and we get that chance to release and let go. Let's take one more breath here. We're going to bend into that leg again, keep hold with the right hand, left hand to the knee, and just come back to that rocking side to side. Let that foot join. We're going to tilt round onto our right side now. So rest down on your right elbow. Send the legs long. We're going to push up into a side plank. So if easier, you can take a bend into your bottom leg and push up that way. Send the left arm long. So you get that lovely opening along the right waist, also using our core. Or if you feel okay, we're going to keep both legs long, push up and send that left arm up towards the ceiling. So you want to pull away from our mat as much as possible, engage that core. Again, maybe you want to bring your gaze towards that left hand, engage that balance as well. We've got 2 more breaths here. So make sure you're breathing fully into the body. 1 more breath. As you roll down, just take your time. We're going to swing onto that other side now. So onto the left side, onto the left arm. Remember, you have that option of bending that lower leg if you need to. And we're pushing up when you're ready, extending into that right arm. Really pull away from your mat. Engage the core muscles. Make sure you breathe fully into the belly. When it's challenging, we tend to want to hold the breath. We've got 2 more breaths here. One more. When you're ready, slowly lower down. We're going to swing round now onto our backs. So take a bend into your legs, lower yourself all the way down to your mat. Arms alongside you, feet are hip width apart, and just tuck in the chin. When we're ready, we're going to push up the hips, keep the arms where they are on the mat, or link the fingers and just roll up onto your shoulders as well, particularly if you're quite used to this pose. Keep that chin tucked in, squeeze the glutes. Coming back to your long breath. We've got 2 more breaths to do. One more. Release those arms back alongside you, and as you exhale, we slowly lower back down with control to our mat. Send that left leg long. We're going to hug in our right knee, draw it into the chest. Just take a little rotation here into the ankle. Let's work both ways. We're going to drop that foot onto our left knee, take our twist here, knee over to the left, our head over to the right. Enjoying that release along the spine. Roll back to center. When you're ready, send that right leg long. We're going to hug in the left knee this time. Draw it in. Take that roll into the foot, rolling around. Working both ways. And then drop that foot down to the right knee, take that twist the other way, turning towards the left, the knee is to the right. Maybe just letting the eyes close here. And then very slowly make your way back to center. We're going to take rest in Shavasana. So just let your feet fall out to the side, let your palms face upwards, let the eyes close. being aware of the breath travelling into the body. Slowly releasing out. Like the tide coming into shore and flowing back out. As you lie in Shavasana, just visualize the healing light of the sun entering the whole of your body. Feeling the sun's rays, bringing warmth, bringing light, bringing energy. Every exhalation just brings you into a deeper point of stillness. Just exploring this stillness, enjoying this space, this pause from the outside world as we delve further inwards with every breath. And then slowly start to be aware of any sound now in the distance. Now maybe starting to be aware of any sounds beyond the room that you're in or the space that you're in. And now being aware of any sounds close to you. Maybe the sound of your own breath. Bring your awareness back to the body, lying in Shavasana. And when you feel ready to release out of this space, I want you to do so very slowly. Maybe draw your knees to your chest or take a stretch. Very slowly bringing yourself back to a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart center and just thank yourself for taking this time for you today on your mat. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like the videos, please comment or click. And if you want to experience a little bit more of what I do, then I have a website called angelyogasurrey.co.uk. Take care, drink lots of water after your practice, and I hope to see you on the mat very, very soon. Lots of love.